Hi Sam, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So today I'm going to be doing what's called a musculoskeletal exam on you. I'm going to be looking at your muscles, your joints, seeing how your movement is, making sure everything's bilateral and equal on both sides with your strength, okay?
Okay.
Alright. I'll have you just confirm your name and your date of birth for me real quick.
Morgan, 11/25, 1997.
Okay, perfect. So the first place I'm going to start is the temporal mandibular joint right here, what we call the TMJ. Alright, any pain or clenching at night? Okay, I'll have you open your mouth for me as wide as you can, okay, and close. Okay, go ahead and open it again. Now move it side to side, your jaw, okay, and then go ahead and move it forward and backwards. Okay, excellent. Any pain with that at all?
Nope.
Okay, I didn't hear any crepitus or anything. Everything seems to be moving pretty smoothly up there, okay?
Good.
Alright, so next thing we're going to do is take a look at your shoulders. I will have you take off your shirt for this, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is just palpate the clavicle bone here and then check the anatomical process, your deltoid, and then your bicipital groove. Any pain when I palpate any of this?
No.
Okay. Everything looks pretty symmetric too. I am going to have you just turn a little bit this way, that way we're able to see your back as well. I'm just checking the scapula. Any pain when I palpate through here?
Nope.
Okay, and everything looks pretty even on both sides there as well.
Great.
Alright, so what I'll have you do is just checking some range of motion. I'll have you raise your arms out front for me. Excellent, and then overhead. Good. You can go ahead and lower them. Then I want you to raise them backwards. Okay, and then go ahead and raise them to the side and up. Good. Okay, and then I'll have you cross your arms over like this. Okay, and then I'll have you with each arm go back. Yep, and then same thing on the other side. Alright, and then I'll have you move back this way too. Good. Any pain at all with any of those movements?
Nope.
Okay, good. Just going to check the strength here of your shoulder. So I'll have you extend out, and I want you to push against me, and then push down. Okay, good. And then I'll have you out like this, push against me, and then out. Okay, good. Excellent. So you have bilateral strength on both sides. So what we're going to be doing also is called a speed test, just testing for bicep tendonitis. What I'll have you do is raise your arm straight out in front of you with your palm up, and I'm going to press down here. Any pain with that at all? Okay, we'll do it on the other side as well. Any pain on this side?
Nope.
Okay, good. So you don't have any bicep tendonitis, which is great to hear. Next thing we're going to do is take a look at the elbows. I'm going to take a look here. I'm not seeing any deformities. I'm not seeing any swelling. I'm just going to test the epicondyle grooves here and your radius. Okay. All right, and then same thing over here. All right, excellent. So what I'll have you do with those elbows then is move them in like this and then out. And then I want you to move with your palms up and over. Good. Okay. And then I'll have you go do like you're doing a curl here again. Push against me. Okay. And then push forward. Okay. Good. So strength is again equal bilaterally, 5 out of 5 on both sides, and you have good range of motion there. Next thing we're going to do is called the Maudsley's test, otherwise known as like a tennis elbow test. What I'll have you do is raise your arm out in front here, and then I want you to kind of resist pressure here on that middle finger. Any pain at all with that?
Nope.
Okay. Do the same thing here. Okay. Good. All right. So everything looks good there. No signs of tennis elbow for you.
Sweet.
Next thing I'm going to do is take a look at your wrists and your hands. I'll have you just extend those out. I'm not seeing anything that looks or feels asymmetrical. I'm not seeing any hand deformities either. I'll have you just move the palms out too, just checking your palms. Okay. And then I will just palpate the snuff box here. Have you kind of extend that finger out. Yep, perfect. Okay, excellent. Just going to check range of motion of the wrist. I'll have you extend them up and down, out to the side and inward. And then for the fingers, I'm going to have you just move them down like this and up, extend them out and in, okay? And then I'll have you move your fingers in also, okay? And out, okay? For the thumbs too, I'm going to have you just have the thumbs here, move them out and towards you, okay? And then I'll have you move them in, and then go ahead and touch each finger to the, perfect. Any pain or discomfort with any of those movements?
No.
Okay. And I'll have you make a fist also. Good. Now go ahead and squeeze my fingers here. Good. All right. So good movement there. I'll have you do what's called a Fallon's test. What I'm having you do is place your hands together like this and push them against each other. If you start to have any pain within these middle fingers, let me know, okay? Okay. Any pain at all that you're feeling? Okay. So this test is just a test out for carpal tunnel. Normally with carpal tunnel, you'll have pressure in that medial nerve.
Okay.
So good to find. Good finding. Next thing we're going to do is take a look at your spine here. I'm going to start with the neck. So just taking a look at your neck, I'll have you turn this way. I'm going to palpate this. And the other way. Okay, good. I'll have you flex your neck up and down. Touch it towards your chin. Okay. And then I'll have you move it to each side. Rotate the neck. And then touch your ear to your shoulder. Any pain at all with any of those movements? Okay, good. I'll have you stand up and face the other way here. I'm going to be palpating the back of your spine. Alright, so just looking for your iliac crest here. And moving my way down. Any pain or discomfort?
Nope.
Okay, I'm just checking for any abnormalities on the discs. And I'm not feeling anything. Everything feels pretty much straight. Any pain when I palpate the muscles of your back?
Nope.
Okay, good. All right, next thing I'm going to have you do is move your, let's see, I'll have you touch your toes. Try and touch your toes as best as you can. And I'm going to just test the back here too, making sure everything looks even. Okay. All right, now go ahead and lean back. Excellent. I'll have you move tilt side to side. Okay. And then I'm also going to have you rotate. So I'm going to hold this here. Good. And then same thing on the other side. All right, excellent. So what we're gonna do next is called the straight leg test. It tests for anything like nerve pain, sciatic pain, which is common in the lower back. What I'll have you do is lay down on the bed here. Right. And so what I'm gonna have you do, just making sure I've got everything in film. Okay. I am gonna take this leg here and straighten it out for you. You let me know if you're having any pain at all. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other side.
Nope.
Okay, good. So no sign of sciatic pain there. All right, next thing I'm going to have you do is we're going to test your hips. So I'm going to have you kind of walk back and forth here a little bit, okay? Okay, and back. Okay. All right, you can go ahead and have a seat at the edge here. So your gait looks good and symmetric, and your leg length looks even. I'm gonna go ahead and have you actually stand again here, and I'm gonna have you face this way. And then I'm just gonna try and palpate for your greater trochanter. Any pain at all when I'm touching over here?
Nope.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do this on the other side for you. Any pain over here at all?
Nope.
Okay. All right. And then what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and lay flat.
On my back or my stomach?
Let's start on the stomach first. All right. And what I'll have you do is raise your leg for me and push against it. Any pain?
Nope.
I'll have you raise your leg here. Push against me. Any pain?
No.
Okay. We'll have you lay on your back now. And then what I'm going to have you do here is pull your leg up and towards you. Any pain with this?
No.
Okay. Same thing on the other side. Pull it up and towards you. Any pain?
No.
Okay. All right. Then I am going to just kind of move your leg in. Any pain with this at all?
Nope.
How about here?
Nope.
Okay. And then same thing on the other side here. And then any pain with this?
Nope.
All right. So you have good rotation of your hips too. Next test we're going to be doing is called the Faber test. So I'm gonna have you go ahead and place your leg in a figure 4. And I'm gonna be pressing on this side of your hip here, and I'm gonna push down.
Okay.
Any pain with that at all?
Nope.
Okay. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Any pain?
Nope.
Okay, good. So everything looks good from have good rotation in your hips. Next thing we're gonna do is take a look at your knees. I'll have you sit at the edge of the bed here. Any knee injuries at all?
Nope.
All right. I'm gonna double check to make sure we're getting it in film here. Good. Okay. Just palpating the knees. They look symmetric. I'm not seeing any swelling visibly. Just palpating your joint lines and your tibial tuberosity. Okay. All right. And then what I'm going to have you do is bend your knees out. So kick your legs out. Both sides. Good. And then flex them back in. Yeah, just swing them back and forth. Good. Okay. Then I'm going to press against you, and then you're going to kick back and try to press against me. Okay. Same thing on the other side. And this way. Good. Alright, so 5 out of 5 bilaterally, equally. It looks like you have good range of motion there. The next thing I'm going to test here is what we call a sweep test. This is just checking for any buildup of fluid in the knees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of sweep up on the knee here, and then down on the side. And then same thing on this side, up on the knee, and down. So I'm not feeling any fluid buildup in the middle of the knees there. Nothing visible of fluid return. Next thing we're going to do is check the ankles and the feet. Maybe move just. Okay, so I'm going to have you kind of kick your legs out just a bit here. Okay. Any pain when I palpate the ankles and the feet at all?
Nope.
Okay, good. So I'm not seeing any deformity of the feet either. Everything feels good and equal. No deformities. All right. So I'm going to have you move your toes up and move your toes down. Okay, and then I'll have you move your soles inward and then outward. Okay, good. And then what I'll have you do is press up against my hands here and push down like a gas pedal. Okay, next thing we're going to do is called the squeeze test. This just tests for anything called like a high ankle sprain. So what I'm going to do is kind of palpate down and squeeze through the leg here. You let me know if you experience any pain when I do this.
No pain.
Okay, same thing on the other side.
No pain.
Okay, good. So everything looks good. Obviously, if anything changes, you let me know. But other than that, everything looked pretty well over exam today, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.